Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wild Things Found Online. I am Vokal the Slug Cat, and we are back again with some big Toph. I know I'm a day behind, guys, but I got y'all. We're gonna be covering Wednesday night stream that Tophia did. I'm already privy to the stream she did last night on Thursday, and yeah, if you know, you know. I will be doing a video on that tomorrow, as I feel like I need to really take some time and put my thoughts together based on what I've heard so far in that live stream. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, and yeah.
You think I'm gonna let my brother get discarded and then literally be like, well, your brother went da 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 da. If I'm moving from one shelter to another, I can't ensure that something's not gonna happen to him. You don't know how these shelters work, especially because I went to the hospital, to the emergency room, and the one time that I went last year when I tried to attempt to take my life, they literally packed up my stuff. They stole my snacks, by the way. They stole my sodas, my drinks, and if they would have...
Tophia, stealing snacks is not the same as someone stealing ashes. I could see someone at a homeless shelter stealing snacks or sodas. I don't think anyone wants someone else's family member's human remains.
Packed up my stuff, they probably would have took my brother's ashes and they probably would have said, oh, he's lost. These are the things that happen at shelters, and they're real. There was people that kept their loved one with them, right? There was people that had urns there, but they rarely even left anywhere for that specific reason. These shelters are very horrible in how they treat people. If they treat disabled people and elderly people the way that they treat them, what makes you think that my brother was not going to get lost? And thank God that I didn't have him, because my mom was being constantly moved from one dorm to another. So that wouldn't have been great, because they say, oh, why don't you leave him with your mom? My mom, he would have gotten lost in the process of her moving. And then she had to go to the hospital for that whole time during Thanksgiving. These are the things that I'm focused on, is like getting a place, because my mom is old. She doesn't have that long to live. And I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with her.
It's so weird that, like, I don't know if y'all have noticed this over the past week or two. Tophia is constantly bringing up how her mom doesn't have long. And, you know, I don't know if Marie's health has taken a turn for the worse or what. I mean, obviously we all know that Mama Chu wasn't wasn't exactly the healthiest person, but she has been saying this a lot frequently. So I wonder if her health has actually deteriorated more than we actually know.
You know, I'm trying to spend as much time as I can to do things. I'm not going to have any time to do things if I'm always focused about going to a job. And sometimes a job, it's not.
And new excuse unlocked on the battle pass, because of course Tophia can't, you know, you can't be working a job. Like, my mom could pass away, you know, could be a couple weeks from now, could be a couple years from now, but you know, I can't be working a job in the meantime. Because, you know, I got to spend time with her, even though I literally have not spent any time with her whatsoever since I got moved to this new shelter. Sure, Toph.
Satisfactory. If I'm not doing something that I love, then I really don't want to do it. I don't want to be a robot to the machine, a robot to society. And saying social media is not a job for someone, who cares? The thing that really bothers me is like, oh, well, they're making more money than you. Well, then social media is a job. You can't just excuse one over the other. If social media is not a job for someone, it doesn't matter how much money somebody is making. Then you need to say social media.
Tophia, it does matter how much money you're making. It does. Because if you're not even making what you would make at a minimum wage job, then social media is not a job. At that point, it is still a hobby. It is a side project that you are working at to get it to a point where it can be lucrative enough for you to actually make a living doing it. But until that point, I wouldn't consider it a job. That'd be like, you know what I'm saying? That'd be like once I start earning here on YouTube, even if it's just $10 a month. Well, I got 2 jobs, guys. Like, no, it's fucking stupid.
Media is not a job for those people either, whether they're making money or not. Then social media is not a job for anyone. You can't just limit it to certain people. That's not how it works. Exactly what I just said. I just literally said that. That you're saying social media is a job, but just not for me. It is a job for me. If it's a job for everyone, then it's a job for me. You can't say that. That's not how.
It's not a job for everyone, Tophia. That's the whole thing. A lot of people don't even want to really make money on social media. Now, granted, I'd say there's a good percentage of people that do, but again, it's like, Tophia, you know, it's like, again, I always say you're just willfully ignorant, because it's one thing if you are making a little change on social media. It's different if you're making 50K a year on social media. Because we know, based on what Tophia has said, what she said, she made like $20,000 over the course of like 4 years. Okay, I wouldn't consider $5,000 a year a job. It's a side hustle at best.
How it works. It either is a job or it isn't a job. You gotta pick and choose. It's not a job or it is a job, and for everyone. You can't just say not just for you. So if you're saying
Tophia doesn't know what nuance is, obviously.
it's not a job, then it's not a job for everyone. You gotta pick one or the other. You can't just say, oh, it's not a job for you. No, you gotta say one or the other. I can't
No, I
do
don't.
vlogs because of my safety, and also I'm not at a place to do vlogs. And then when I have a place, I'm not gonna have anything to vlog either, and I have to be careful what I film where I'm at. So it doesn't. Well, the thing
Wow.
is like when it
She's not, even when she gets a place, she can't vlog because she wouldn't have anything to vlog, because her life is empty, like her soul and her eyes.
comes to not making enough, the reason why I'm not making enough money on social media, and I am going to state why I'm not making enough, is because I don't have a place where I can fully do what I need to do on social media. To be
Tophia, you had a place in the past and you still weren't making enough on social media. Again, $5,000 a year is not making enough money to take care of yourself, let alone your mom.
to be honest with you, I have been worried about moving from one place to another. I lived out of a car. I tried to do the best that I could with my content. I can't fully work on my content because I'm not at a place where I can, especially if I'm wherever I'm at.
Then get a job. Stupid.
If I'm outside, if I'm somewhere, I have to be mindful of my safety. I don't need people showing up. I don't need people putting me in danger. I have to make sure I have a secure place first before I can be able to post things. And when people say, oh, you're making this type of content, you think this is going to make you money?
Tophia, you can't even say that whole thing about safety, because you were going live every day at Sonic's, as if people can't figure out where the local Sonic's is in Albuquerque. Because Albuquerque, at least when I looked at the map, it doesn't seem like a very, very big city. And Sonic's is not like a super popular chain like McDonald's where they're just everywhere. You don't care about your safety. Stop using that as an excuse.
No, it's not making me money because, to be honest with you, videos have to be over 1 minute. I don't know why I have to express or say that. So videos have to be over 1 minute long. 15-second videos do not count. So any of those videos that I was posting that were below 1 minute is not making money.
Okay, so instead of going live for 1 or 2 hours right before curfew, stop making thirst traps and do your ranting about all these social political issues and all this shit that you have a problem with in the world. Why don't you break that up into 1 minute videos? You cannot be this dumb.
Used to make money. You used to be able to post 15-second videos and they would make money. And to be honest with you, in the position I'm at right now, I can't focus on that. There's a lot of things that I really want to do. I want to.
So you can't. My God. So you can't focus on doing social media. Then what are you doing? What is your focus on exactly? Because you're in a shelter. You had to do a little paperwork to apply for housing. What else are you fucking doing all day? You don't do shit.
receive, I don't know, get paid for, maybe do plus size try on clothes hauls. I want to do more of
Girl.
the reviews and free samples and reviewing those. There's a lot of things, unboxings. I just want to do outfit ideas. I just want to look up plus size outfit ideas and recreate them, things like that. There's a lot of things that I can't do where I am at. I want to.
So you want to make content doing the same generic bullshit that all the teenagers do, essentially. That's basically what I'm hearing. You want to make generic ass content, no creativity, not a creative bone in her whole body, but she swears she's a content creator. Okay.
Do more artistic makeup ideas. People do the certain types of different makeup looks, not like regular makeup looks. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I don't have money for, that I literally can't focus on making more money online, because then, and to be honest, if you're not hitting 10 million views on Facebook or Instagram, you ain't really making thousands.
Exactly. Exactly. Because the monetization on Facebook and Instagram is actually terrible. So, Tophia, look, I'm just basing this off of what you are saying, okay? You literally just said you're not focusing on social media. You can't focus on social media because you can't make the content that you want. And you can't make the content that you want because A, you don't have a place to shoot it. And B, even if you did have a place to shoot the content, you don't have any money to get the things you need to shoot said content. So guess what the solution is? Just guess. I'll spell it out, everybody. Job. Come on, Toph.
No, I didn't get banned from TikTok. It's just that every time I go live on TikTok, I get reported for bullying and harassment. And I also want to be able to play music. I also want to probably get a gaming computer and go live and game. Maybe play some Fortnite on live. Do like that. Not too entirely sure.
And again, Tophia, gaming is a expensive hobby. And honestly, like, gaming is not where it's at. If you are trying to make a living on social media, it takes a very long time to drum up an audience. Trust me, I know. I used to stream on Twitch. It takes a very long time to get any traction, especially if you're not super good at the game. Toph, I've seen you play Fortnite. And I don't know what the other game was, but she had to do like a puzzle. It was taking her for fucking ever. You do not have the skills that people want to watch when it comes to gaming content. So that is just a complete dead end. That would just be a waste of money completely.
I just want to make sure that when I'm going live on TikTok, also TikTok does not allow you to use a green screen and just talk like this, because then they could say unauthentic, whatever. I can use a green screen and like on the camera, but I can't because it's dark. Like, to be honest, where I'm at, I have to be mindful and careful of my surroundings, because if someone sees my surroundings, they show up to where I'm at. No one's
Tophia, that has literally never happened as far as I know. No one has ever just ran up on Tophia and pressed her while she was live because they knew where she was. What are you talking about? You just be making shit up to sound like a victim. And it's fucking annoying. And that's going to be a big reoccurring theme in tomorrow's video.
said that life was easy and free. That's the thing. I'm not, when you guys listen to me, I'm not expecting anything to be free. Learn to use
You are.
your common sense. Where did I say everything was free? Considering the fact that some of y'all literally spend your hard-earned money on people who don't deserve it. A lot of y'all was buying James Charles makeup, and to say, "Oh, not me," who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares? You can't bring up a point, and then when people say, "Well, I don't do that," you turn around and say, "Who cares?" Girl, was your whole point. If if no one cares, then why even bring up the point, Tophia? What are we doing?
He had 40 million followers. He is doing well off for himself. I could care less. You guys put your money into things that are not even worth it. You buy all of these expensive makeups, all of these expensive shoes, these clothes, these designer bags. Nobody bats an eye when Michaela Guerrero, which people, yes, people talk about it, but Michaela No Guerrero literally is out here
Deflection.
overconsumption. The amount of designer bags that she has is insane for one person to have.
And the amount of Temu bullshit and TikTok shop knickknacks that you have is also ridiculous. Just because the things that you waste all of your money on don't have the same monetary value doesn't mean you are any less of a consumer than the people you are talking about.
To have all those designer bags, that's overconsumption. A lot of these celebrities overconsume. Like, largest Hermes bag collection was had by Star. Jeffree Star had the world's largest Hermes bag collection, and I'm sitting here wondering, like, what the heck? Each bag is $100,000.
And hold on. And while she's talking about this topic specifically, Tophia has said that she wants to collect shoes, like expensive collectible shoes. So what is the difference between that and someone collecting designer bags? Who cares?
That's a house payment. That's overconsumption for people. Like, it is so crazy to
Not
me
for
the amount
them.
of money people go to the lengths of spending. Forbid someone asks for their brother to be buried, and people just crap on that. Like, it matter about getting a job. I'm not going to spend my life working 10 years. My brother didn't have to wait 10 years to be buried. That literally makes no sense. I'm
Tophia again. I swear, Tophia just, I don't know. I mean, I always say that she's probably just horrendous at math. Well, we know she's horrendous at math, but Tophia, like, you could literally take 3 seconds to Google the average wage in which you could earn a year. You could even Google the average that you would make a year on minimum wage in New Mexico. I don't know what makes you think it would take 10 years to save up $4,000. But knowing your spending habits, I mean, you're probably not too far off.
I'm not going to be making $4,000 right away to save it. I literally, if I was working, I have to get a place. All my money's going to go towards bills because I had to get a car. I'm going to need car insurance. Gas is high. Um, Electricity are high because I might have to pay my own electricity. There are a whole slew of things that is going to have to go into that. And then if I'm working and I still can't bury my brother, people are going to be like, well, why don't you bury your brother? So I'm going to end up causing myself to be evicted.
No, we wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. I can't speak for everybody because I'm sure some trolls would probably, throw shade and keep bringing it up. But dude, if you got a job and you went out and got your own apartment and you somehow saved up enough money to get your own little used car, I would not be giving you any shit, Tophia. I would be like, damn, she's really turning it around, y'all. I can't fucking believe this. But that'll never happen based on your current perception. So
To bury my brother because then I'm going to stop paying my rent and stop doing the things that I need to do to just bury him. I don't have time to be waiting years and say, hold on, let's wait for a place to live just so my brother could be buried for years. I do not want to be stuck somewhere for years, stuck under a bridge or wherever the case may be, wherever I'm at for a year. That is insane. I need to get a safe place to live. You can't have one or the other. It's not asking for a free handout. If people don't want to give, they don't have to. What is the concept of that?
oh, we're
Why do
not.
you sit here and make it seem like someone's holding you at gunpoint and making you do something you want to do and say, oh, well, don't donate to her. She's lazy. If that's the case, then
You
you
are.
guys that are all broke are lazy because you should have more money. You sit here and you say having a job makes you more money. Then why don't you have more money? You're lazy. You could have.
Tophia, again, as I've said before, there's a huge difference between doing absolutely nothing, living in a homeless shelter, and being broke than there is with someone that's actually busting their ass. Maybe they're working 50, 60 hours a week, and for them to cover all of their living expenses, they are broke once everything is paid for. I would rather be broke any day and have all my own shit than be broke and sitting up in a shelter with a curfew eating ham sandwiches every day. Get fucking real, man.
Have more money if you just take on another job. Instead of having one job, why don't you go get two? That's lazy. The reason why you don't have money is because you don't want to work a second job. You see, that's the mindset of what the government wants you to think. If you're going to sit here and call someone lazy, then someone could point the finger at you and say, well, you can take 2, 3, or 4 jobs. How come you don't have more than one job? How come you're still struggling? That's lazy. You see what I'm saying? The same.
No, I don't see what you're saying because in this analogy, at least those people are working. You're not working at all. So who is the lazy one? Stupid.
Way that you I'm not dumb. This is what people are saying. This is not my thoughts. This is what people are saying. They literally said if I go to work, then I can have more money. If that's the
You
case, then
would.
why don't you have more money? And why are you working only
Tophia, we do. Like, that's the whole thing. We do have more money. You literally posted a story the other week talking about you only have $8 after paying one individual bill of like $50. We all have more money than you. There are literal 10-year-olds that cut grass that have more money than you. What are you talking about?
one job instead of two? Use your common sense. By using your logic, then you realize how stupid it is, right? You said I'm dumb. So then that logic
You
is
are.
dumb. So you realize what most people are saying is dumb. Hello, logic. Yes, they did. I can show you the literal comments and I can show you the DMs. And they have said it in my live stream before. They said if I worked, then I would have money. They said I
Yeah,
would make more money if I had a job.
you would. You literally would. Like, that's not even something you can argue. The fact that she is like trying to argue that she would have more money if she worked is literally insane. Tophia, you might be lucky to make, hell, you might be lucky to break like $1,500, $2,000 this year on social media. Even if you worked for like $10 an hour, you would be making substantially more money, man. What are you talking about?
You don't make more money unless you have a college degree. And then, even if you have a
Wow,
college
she's
degree,
dumb. Holy
you are
shit.
not, how do I say, not entitled. What is it? You are not guaranteed a job in your degree. You have a hard time finding a job with your degree. I don't need to go work for hours and spend and waste my time to get a degree only to be told that I can't get a job and then struggle. I'm not going to sit here and struggle looking for work. That is insane. That is crazy. I'm not going to struggle having the degree and then they tell me, oh, you don't.
And see, Tophia, like that's your whole problem. You just don't want any struggle whatsoever. Tophia wants literally absolutely zero resistance in her entire life. Well, guess what, Tophia? That is why you are in the position that you're in. Because as they say, pressure makes diamonds. And you obviously cannot deal with any type of pressure whatsoever.
Well, and then they don't even hire you even if you qualify. That literally makes no sense. Why do people need a piece of paper to prove that you qualify for a job? You know what? I could literally go read a book. I could literally educate myself on whatever job it is and prove that I qualify for that job without a piece of paper paying hundreds of thousands of dollars I don't have. No,
Okay, then do it. Do it. Like, what are we talking about? Do that then. You don't have to go to college to get a good job. Now, of course, some of the best jobs are locked behind a degree because you really need to know your shit and they want to know that you know your shit. Because if that was the case, Tophia, then you could, like, someone could be like, oh yeah, I've read like 5 books on brain surgery and I've watched 50 hours worth of brain surgery YouTube. Like, it's not the same, okay? It's not the fucking same as actually being certified in the field. But the point that I was going to make is, Tophia, you don't have to go to college. There's like Google certifications. There's certification programs that cost way less than college. There's a lot of different ways to get ahead in the job market and make yourself a more valuable candidate for the position. But we already know you're not going to be willing to do any of that because, again, you want everything to just be easy. Everything should be easy. Life should be stress free and easy. And I don't know what makes you think that, because at no point in human history has life ever been fucking easy. This is the easiest it's ever been in human history, and it's still hard. So toughen up, Buttercup. Get to work.
nobody has $100,000 lying around to be able to pay to go to a university or a college. I can
Yeah, no shit. That's why you get a loan. Duh.
go to some small community college or whatever, but if you don't have a degree from a university, it don't even matter.
Not true.
They don't really care about the small community college stuff. Then you have to work your way up to a university. I could go back to UNM if I wanted to. I could pay off all of that and go back to UNM.
Tophia, what would the point of you going back to university even be? You flunked. You flunked 2 of the 3 classes you needed to pass to even stay in university. And you've been out of school for well over a decade. No. You would flunk all the classes if you were to go back today. Stop it.
I got accepted to a university. What good is that? Why do I want to go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to a university only to literally not be able to find a job? That literally does not make any sense. And for people that say that that's not going to happen, you live in delusional land. You don't live in the reality of the real world. The real world is harsh. It's tough.
Wow.
It's jacked up. People literally are messed up in the head. It is so crazy. You guys live in this delusional land. Actually, I read Don Quixote, so that's crazy. Your life is a delusion because you literally sit here and you think that because you have it easy, everyone else has it easy. That's like someone saying that racism doesn't exist because they've never faced racism. They're like, oh, I've never seen racism, so it doesn't exist. No, you're not understanding. People got to stop making suggestions. And
It's
I'm
a
not trying
huge
to be
leap,
rude.
but
People got
okay.
to stop trying to make suggestions to somebody that does not want. You cannot sit here, and I'm not trying to be rude, but please do not tell someone what to do with their loved one. My mom does not want my brother's ashes spread anywhere. If his ashes are spread somewhere, that is not going to give her peace. She wants to at least have him somewhere where she can go visit. Trust me, I know about spreading ashes. My uncle's ashes were spread at the lake. My friend didn't have her ashes spread anywhere, and I wish I would love to go have a place to visit and talk with her. And I don't have that, and that's not my choice. I can't sit here and tell her family how to treat. Yes, my brother was cremated, but to sit here and say, well, maybe
What?
there's some non-free ways that you could do things. I'm so sick and tired of that. Nobody, for someone to be buried, it should not be that freaking expensive. Dying.
But it is. Again, like all this idealistic shit that you spew, it doesn't matter because you still have to come back to reality at the end of the day.
Should not be freaking expensive for people that can't barely afford it. And if they can't afford it and they're homeless, there should be programs to help at least the family bury their loved ones.
There was, Tophia. They gave you $6,000 to do what you will with the body, and y'all chose to cremate him, and now you also want to bury him. Well, why the fuck didn't you just bury him? He's going in the ground either fucking way. I'm just saying. Like, you wasted a big chunk of the money on a cremation and now you're mad that they didn't give you more money for the burial? Well, then tough shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, CVRC only gave us $6,000, up to $6,000. That went towards the service. There was no money left to bury him. On top of that, we need another $4,000. So what's 4 plus 6? Almost a little over $12,000 to bury someone.
Girl, Tophia. Oh my God. How you gonna say what's 4 plus 6 and then say how about some 12,000? God damn, you're just slow, man. Holy shit. Fuck.
Nobody has money like that lying around. I wouldn't have to ask or come to the internet for a burial. My mom wants him buried where his grandmother is. Those are my mom's wishes. My mom's wishes are not to have his ashes spread somewhere. That is
Okay, then take y'all asses to work and get the money together to do it. Stop trying to freeload your way through fucking life, man. It's not happening. Obviously. That's why you're in a damn shelter right now. And as far as I know, because I've been doing my research on the back end, guys, the program that she's in, it's 1 year. And we're already well past the halfway point for that shit. So, like I said, Tophia, hey, you gotta pull your big girl pants up and start making some moves.
It's a horrible thing to tell a mother's, oh, I'm sorry you can't afford to bury your son. Let me spread his ashes because I'm going to go against what your wishes are. And we didn't even know what my brother really wanted. We never even had a talk about that because it was never a thought in our mind that my brother would be dead. So we didn't know if he wanted to not be cremated and just be buried. We didn't have that conversation because there was not a thought in our mind that my brother would be murdered.
Okay. Well, with all of that being said, Tophia, why the hell did you and your airheaded mom choose the most expensive way possible to do this? Because you said earlier, the $6,000 went to the service. No, a big chunk of that $6,000 went to cremating him. If you wanted to bury him where your grandma is, y'all should have just buried him and skipped the cremation. Why would you why would you do two different things that you know is going to add up to more money than what you are being given for free for the burial? Y'all are dumb. Just two of the dumbest. Oh my God, this family. I can't. I just really can't.
And that heartless people would come online and have the nerve to say, oh, you asked for that. Gun violence happens every day. So did those kids that go to school that passed away because of gun violence, did they ask for that?
Wow.
When you say stuff like that, do you really think about what you're saying? Did those kids at Sandy Hook deserve what happened to them? Did those kids at Columbine deserve what happened to them? Because whatever you may believe, that is so crazy to even think that heartless people don't even think before they speak.
Tophia, again, willfully ignorant. I'm getting really fed up with Tophia deflecting criticism and using other tragedies and horrific things that have happened to people to try and justify and not hold herself accountable. It honestly pisses me off. Same thing with the thing she was saying, like with the whole Titanic reference that she used a few videos ago. It's just gross because that they're not saying that you are responsible for the gun violence itself. What people are saying, Tophia, it is on you that y'all were in the car because you refused to go stay with your uncle, because you and your whole family could not be fucked to pay the motel and stay in the motel. So at the end of the day, it is your fault. And I blame Tophia specifically because obviously I don't fuck with Brother Chu either, but at least he was trying in regards to keeping his family afloat while they were homeless. He was trying. He was working a job and doing DoorDash in his off hours. Tophia just refuses to do anything more than social media. So yes, Tophia, it's your fault. I'm blaming you.
You never know who could be watching a live and you're telling someone they asked for gun violence. That to me is insane. Nobody asked for anything. You don't know what's going to happen when you step outside the door. You don't know if you're going to make it out alive when you step outside the door. You can't even go shopping in peace without having to worry that the grocery store is going to get shot up. You can't even get on a bus without worrying someone's not going to pull out a gun and start shooting. You can't even go to a church without worrying that someone's going to go in there and start shooting everyone in the church. These is real world problems that people love to block out and desensitize themselves from. And it is so heartless. And it is so crazy. The amount of DMs that I've gotten because of that horror movie that I posted telling me I should have put this. No, what you should do is STF you and put super glue on your fingers and glue your fingers together so you don't type. Stop giving people unsolicited advice that did not ask for it. It's just my take, but it's so annoying.
No, you don't have to take it as unsolicited advice. It's just criticism, Tophia. And if you're going to post shit to a public forum, we, the public, have the right to criticize that bullshit. So fuck off.
No one asked for your unsolicited advice. Stop telling people what they should would have did. What you need to do is stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Someone needs to show this stuff to your parents to their face. And if they defend you, they're just as horrible human beings as you. And then it's not even a shock. If they defend you, then you were raised that way. So I wouldn't be
Wow.
shocked if your parents raised you with disrespect. My parents never raised me to disrespect anyone, whether it was online or offline.
Girl, Tophia, you disrespected both of your parents all the time. Shut up.
Some of you guys lack respect and you think it's okay. You sit here laughing at the fact that someone gets harassed. That's funny. But if you was walking around getting half of what I get, you wouldn't even last on social media. And when someone tells you to get off, you would have deleted your account and got off. You would have.
Yeah, you're damn right I would have. Like, yeah, no shit. I wouldn't stay on social media if I'm getting chronically harassed and having people sent to my fucking door, Tophia, because I actually value my life and safety and those of the people around me. Dumb.
Quit social media. Some of you guys can't withstand some of the stuff that I've had to deal with or go through. You know what I mean? And for
By
me,
choice.
here's the other thing. So I saw that they have these necklace things, but for me, I didn't really feel comfortable carrying pieces of his ashes around. That's my preference for reasons. And for me, I would like to have him buried. To be honest, I already knew, and sure
Sure.
enough, right? Let's be honest. His ex tried to steal his ashes. She literally called the
Oh my
place and was like,
God. Are we really going to start talking about Angie again? Shut up, man. Fuck.
literally tried to tell them that she was picking up his ashes or whatever. And the lady called me to tell me that she tried to get his ashes, but she needed to talk to me first. And then she said she wasn't going to give her his ashes. Good, don't give it to her. And I told her what happened. What kind of a heartless person does that? And for me, things get stolen all the time. And I don't want to have his ashes. Someone could find out where I live. And then all I know is I could hear people saying, still take his ashes. People are
Girl,
heartless like that. They'll
get
even
out
go
of
and dig
here.
up people's graves. When Elvis was buried, and I think it was Elvis or it might have been another president that was buried. They dug him. They tried to take his remains. And
Tophia. Oh my God. Tophia, your brother is not Elvis or whatever president you're talking about. What, like, I swear, you just say shit. It's like, if it's even like, if there's any possibility of something, you just say it as an excuse. Like, it's so dumb. Why are you likening your brother to Elvis or a former president? No one wants your brother's remains, man. No one is going to dig him up. That is, come on. It's just fucking weird, man.
and literally he had to be reburied. And I believe it was Elvis was buried at a cemetery. Then he ended up being reburied by his parents. But basically, it was a whole thing of trying to steal. People will try to steal someone out of the grave. But mind you, the place where he's at has surveillance security. So he's secure. If anyone finds out where he's at or tries to take his ashes, that's not going to be possible
No
because he's
one
well secure.
cares.
But there are some wackadoodles out there, some wingnuts, some loose-screwed people that are very disgusting human beings. The disgusting
Yeah, they're talking to me right now. Yep.
I've seen some traumatizing things that people have sent to me. I'll tell you one of the pictures that they sent me that this is more so of evidence, like to show these things to the police for police reports. They sent me someone literally was murdered and his middle face was missing because they took it out with what looked like a staff or whatever that, what the Grim Reaper carries around. It was a very disgusting video of someone's dead loved one. That's not even the half of it. Someone sent me some woman's bloody private parts in an email. These are the things that I've had to see. Not only that someone's severed head in a plastic bag, the middle of his face was cut out. You could just see the inside of his face. Matter. It was just like, they say gray matter. I didn't see gray matter, but he was bloody. He
Oh my
was
God,
laying there
Tophia.
lifeless, limp, with the middle of his face was missing. And I literally, that was around the time someone sent me the email saying that they were going to come to where I was staying at because I got doxxed and said that they were going to rape me and my mom. And this is coming from people that are defending people that told me that they're manifesting that I get raped by my dad.
No, Tophia, who? Who is defending these supposed people, man? What are you talking about? I swear. Oh goodness. I'm trying, guys. this this is a hard to watch. Like I'm very my feelings on Tophia. If you couldn't have tell, I feel like I'm a bit more serious today, but it all stems from the live from last night, which I'll be covering tomorrow. I just can't. Like, I'm so done with her. Like, I swear.
Same people that said that they've been literally trying to speak into existence that I get raped, but yet you want to sit here and talk about how you're for women, how you're against a lot of these things, but then you're advocating for rape. And then you want to sit here and victim shame someone and say they're not SA. How are you going to talk about someone victim shaming someone when you guys literally sit here and try to advocate for rape? It's so weird. And I have these messages and I
Who the
have
fuck
blocked
is
them out
y'all?
and sent them on Instagram in my story, but Instagram takes it down because people report it and then it gets taken down because they don't want people to see the truth. So where am I supposed to share this stuff? I shouldn't have to be walking out and then have that worry of someone say I'm going to rape you. These are things that I have literally received in my email. I'm going to rape you and your mom. These things are not okay to say to someone, whether you don't like someone or not. And then you guys sit here and you defend it and say, no, oh, we're not defending that. Then why haven't you called it out? Then why are people reporting that when I post it? Why don't you want people to see that? And you literally, right? I'm not talking about incest. I'm talking about what people have said.
Oh my,
Use your common
Tophia.
sense.
Like, she's got to be the dumbest person that like tries to do social media as like a full-time thing. Tophia got her TikToks were restricted for bringing up the the family matters topic multiple times. That's why she's not streaming on TikTok, is because she kept bringing this up. And now she's on Instagram doing the same thing again. Just slow.
They said they was going to rape me and my mom. I never was talking about incest, you weirdo. Use your common sense. When someone said that they manifested I get raped by my dad, they sent a photo that made it look like they took a picture outside of my apartment. People was literally posting in a Discord,
Word.
which I still have that on my Android, by the way, it's backed up, where they were posting pictures of them driving down Montgomery on the freeway, pictures of them with plane tickets saying they were going to fly to meet me at my apartment. This is so weird. At certain random parking lots in Albuquerque saying, we're going to meet up with neighbor Chu and then we're going to meet up with you. That guy has kids. Imagine random weirdos on the internet talking about they're going to meet up with some guy, right, who probably doesn't even know you're showing up, by the way, to have some meet and greet and put his kids in danger and make his kids unsafe. But you're talking about how predators and you're talking about this.
And none of this has ever happened over all these years, Tophia. You're literally you're ranting about hypothetical bullshit. I'm not saying it's right what these people said, if they even said it, because we know Tophia is not a reliable narrator. But like, come on, man, move on. What are we talking about right now?
This and that, and you're talking about how you're for the safety of kids, but then you go and you're weirdos. Like, that is weird to me. If I ever said, hey, let me go meet up with this person, unannounced, by the way, and show up at their door, someone who has kids, you really don't care about the safety of people. Yes, and I have all of this proof. Mind you, they literally made, even though it's a joke, I don't find any of that funny. They literally made a whole post where they were planning to kidnap me. And they added some stuff to our Amazon wishlist, which was like a gun, an air horn, a rope, a mask, just literally planning to kidnap.
Tophia, how do they add stuff to your wish list? What? Okay, whatever.
At me. If I ever made anything like that, and let's talk about Nova, since everyone wants to bring up Nova. Nova's the one who said he would hire a hitman. Is that not against the law? He's lucky I haven't called the police.
Bruh, like... I cannot take you serious. Nova, God, this is just stupid. This is literally just dumb. Who was taking threats from fucking Nova seriously? Nova, the motherfucker that wear the diapers, the dude that be having binkies, the dude that was singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to a minor, that Nova. Tophia, get real. You are literally just trying to use any and everything you can to make people feel bad for you. And it doesn't work. It's not going to work because at the end of the day, maybe half of these things happen, but you're still a terrible fucking person.
Police and report him for that because they could investigate him for that. He literally has a whole hit list. Isn't that not a manifesto? Isn't that not something to be reported to the police? But not everyone.
Then report him. I think you were on there. If I'm not mistaken, why don't you report him then?
One literally wants to put that online and laugh about it. That's not a joke. That is serious. It's not funny. What is funny? Two lolcows going at it. No, that is weird as. And if I did that to anyone, then y'all would have an issue with that. If I literally did that to someone, y'all wouldn't be sitting here saying stuff like that. He said it. There's a large content creator on YouTube that made a video and didn't even tell me. Someone sent me the video and I saw it. He told them that he was afraid of me, which I don't know why Nova's afraid of me. I didn't threaten him or anything. He said he was so afraid of me that
I'd be afraid of you too, because wherever you walk is going to be a biohazard. Stop playing.
He hired a hitman because he was afraid. It's in the YouTube video. It's a large content creator. It's on YouTube. And that person, he didn't even have the audacity to tell me anything. He didn't message me. He didn't say anything. He went ahead and made his little video so he can have his bills paid, got hundreds of thousands of views, and didn't even tell me that my life was in danger.
Tophia, because your life was not in danger. Duh. Obviously. Because this was like years ago. I'm pretty sure this whole thing with Nova that she's talking about. This was years ago, if I'm not mistaken. It's Nova. He even if he was serious, he doesn't have the money. Tophia, what are you like? Oh, I need you to just work, just critical thinking, man. It is important.
Out for some freaking views. This is why I hate T pages, because all they care about is making money. They don't care about the lives they're hurting. They don't care about the safety of anyone. All they care about is getting their story out and making money off of someone's story. This is literally a video on YouTube. And then someone sent me his hit list, and I am on his hit list. There is literally a paper of him writing down people that he has a hit list on.
Okay, so you know that you're on that list. This is a new list. This was just a few months ago. Have you reported it, Tophia? Have you called your local authorities? Have you done anything about it since you found out? No, because you know it's just a loser being a fucking loser. So stop trying to use it to drum up sympathy. This is annoying.
It's on TikTok. You can do your research. This coming from a guy who literally has a disgusting audio going around of him literally being like the South Park audio. This coming from a guy whose uncle gets mad because he does not get attention from him. That is weird behavior. If you really want to talk about incest, let's talk about him and his uncle. Why is his
What?
uncle mad that he's not getting attention from him? It's so weird. Why
I mean, dude, I don't even follow Nova that closely, but I know it's because Nova's uncle basically helped raise him. Stupid.
do you need to give your uncle extra attention unless something sexual is not going on? That is weird. He
You're
goes
weird.
online, he gets angry, he gets mad over his uncle saying, my effing uncle, this and that, like act like a freaking married couple, and it's gross and it's disgusting. And his kitchen looks like hoarders. I received a picture of his kitchen from someone that took a picture of his kitchen, and people want to sit here and talk about me. His literal place is hoarders. I have
And your apartment and motel was no better. Okay.
that picture. Someone sent it to me. You love to pick and choose, and then you literally sit here and defend these people and be like, well, you know what? I stand by Nova. This is the same Nova
Who?
who wears
Who? Who the fuck is standing by Nova? The only people that support Nova are very young people, which is scary in and of itself, Tophia. Stop it.
diapers and admitted, which I have screenshots of that too, that he likes to sit in soiled diapers. So he pees in these diapers and sits in them. He literally got on call with a 14-year-old girl and sang Twinkle Little Star or whatever it was. This is on
Yep.
TikTok. Or
Yep.
what was that song? I think it was Twinkle Little Star while wearing a diaper. He's literally talked to minors. He's literally dated minors. And then people say, you have never dated a minor, nor have I ever went online and admitted to liking minors. And actually the people that I liked have been a year or 2 years younger than me or the same age as me. So let's not go there with that one. And then people try to make it seem like they were underage. You know, I like them and saying like, oh, they were underage at this time. I was underage too. I do not understand this logic. It's like when they say, oh, you're over here, you're weird for posting a young Justin Bieber. Me and Justin Bieber are the same age. We were born in the same year. Use your common sense. If I was a believer at the time that he was underage, I was also the same age as him. We were both the same age. Use
Girl, who don't don't nobody care. What are you talking about right now?
your common sense. Yeah, he might be months older than me because my birthday is in June and his birthday is earlier than mine, but we are both the same age. I hate when people do that. They're like, oh, why are you posting young Jonas Brothers? I was a teenager when the Jonas Brothers came out. I was also a teenager when Hannah Montana was a thing. I was a teenager when High School Musical happened. I was in high school at the time. I was, and it's so crazy. Like even bring up Sesame Street or Barney. Like if those shows didn't exist when I was a little kid, when I was like toddler or a baby, Tickle Me Elmo came out. That was the most popular thing for everyone back in the day for Christmas. My parents tried to get me a Tickle Me Elmo. It was sold out everywhere. They couldn't even get me it. Like, you guys
Bruh.
not comprehend these things? Like, you literally try to bring up stuff that literally has no relevance whatsoever.
Tophia, that's literally what you've been doing for the last like 20 minutes. I have no idea why we are talking about the shit that we're talking about right now. Again, she just jumps from topic to topic, and I be losing the correlation because it happens so fast. It's ridiculous.
You forget that we was once a teenager. It's like, oh, why are you posting young Justin Bieber? You're weird for that. Okay. We're the same age, so do with that as you will. We were both born in the same year, just like I was born in the same year as one of the One Directioners or One Direction, and I was born in the same year as one of the BTS members. Like, it's so weird. My summer plans, I'm gonna try to go swimming, but I don't know, I'm gonna go swimming a lot, but a lot of things. I don't have used pads on my bed, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna listen to a maid? So now we're back on the room.
Oh my
That is so
goodness.
crazy. You're talking about a maid who literally got fired for talking.
She's not a maid, Tophia. She's a housekeeper. There is a difference. You were not paying her to clean the room. Holy shit.
About me. The cars always speed through here, and that's dangerous. You know what? I literally said that I'm working on getting a place, and what you're doing is complaining while your
You're
mom's
not.
probably slowly
You're
passing
not.
away. Because why aren't
What?
you visiting with your mom?
Hold on, bro. Go back. I'm gonna let y'all just hear this again. That's crazy, Toph.
We speed through here, and that's dangerous. You know what? I literally said that I'm working on getting a place, and what you're doing is complaining while your mom's probably slowly passing away. Because why aren't you visiting with your mom or even hanging out with her and spending time with her instead of being on here talking about what I'm doing? My mom's not rotting away at a shelter. I literally talked to her today, and I talk to her every day, and I send her videos on Instagram that I think she would like of people making Snoopy food themed stuff, like made.
You do all that, but you don't go see her. You don't go fucking see your mom. That is less than 30 minutes away from you. After all the shit that y'all have been through, and you have the unmitigated gall to try to call other people out about, and you're just making assumptions because you don't know any of the people in your chat, Sophia. We know what you do because you broadcast it to us, which is why we are able to criticize you. You don't know what anyone does in their personal life outside of TikTok, Toph. So shut the hell up.
Like cake with a Snoopy design on it. Like, I sent her a lot of things. I've sent her kids that like doing talent shows, or kids that one of the kids that was an actor in the Michael movie that was doing a dance to Michael Jackson. Like, I have a conversation with my mom every day, and you don't even know what I'm doing.
Nothing.
Kick rocks. Hit your big toe on a rock. I don't care.
Wow.
Something needs to happen because some of you guys literally are so annoying. Like, rocks. Oh, you're doing this. It is literally 9 o'clock. Everything is closed. What do you want me to do? I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna get ready to go watch an episode or two and go to bed. At least I
Good.
can be on here and talk
Shit.
and defend myself and speak freely. You're mad because you don't even either too afraid to go on live and say what you want to say. You're too scared, and you're mad that other
What?
people can do what you can't. I would never be a hater like that. You think calling me a hog is going to affect me, but it's not. That's the only thing you know how to do. You don't know how to have an adult conversation. You love to call people childish, but then you don't have conversations. You just call people hogs. Literally. Oh,
Well, they're probably trying to dumb it down to your level, Tophia, to be fair.
you're a hog. Okay, I'm a hog. You got nothing better to say? You want to tell people to go get a job, but then you turn around and insult them by calling them a hog. Then you want to say that you try to debate me. You're not going to debate me on crap. Because if you debate me on anything, you're going to lose. A debate is not going up there and
Shit.
saying, well,
Aw, girl. Tophia. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, like, bruh, you lost the debate with Aunt Karen to try to clear your name with the first GoFundMe that you made. Don't do that. You are not intellectually sharp enough to probably go toe to toe with virtually anybody in a debate. Anybody that knows anything about your history and the lore, they are chefing you up, Toph. Stop it.
you're a predator. Oh, you're a hog. You're a stupid bitch. That's not how debates go. And if you think that's how they go, then you each other in a debate. When you watch the Republicans and Democrats debate, when they start insulting each other, that's when I turn it off. Because I'm like, at this point, politics isn't about what's good for the people. It's about insulting each other, calling each other names, and not caring that people can't afford to live. I don't care what you
Duh.
think about some orange man. I don't really care. We know that Donald Trump is a deplorable human being, but I'm not going to sit here and watch two candidates insult each other back and forth when people can't afford to live, when children are dying in the streets because they can't afford to have a place, because they can't afford to eat, because when it's winter time, they freeze to death because they have nowhere to live. If you really cared about these issues, that's why America is so messed up the way that it is. Fucked. It's effed up because you guys really let them bend you over. You like that? You know how you gonna let a man bend you over? Seriously,
Girl, shut
you
up,
guys have
Tophia.
no
Don't shut up. You just mad that your hole empty. Stop it.
backbone whatsoever. You don't use your voice for what you should use it for. The power to speak up and tell this government, hey, we want living wages. No, you just take it for what it is. You guys have your priorities all jacked up and you want to tell people how they're supposed to live. You ain't living any better, sweetie. That mansion made of cardboard boxes. That car clank when it turn on. You barely make it to work every day, but you trying to talk about how someone else should live? Miss me with that one. I'm so sick and tired of people saying you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm doing the best that I can. I don't
If the best you can is doing absolutely nothing, then yeah, I guess you are.
have to carry 1,000 pound rocks on my back and hike up a mountain and do above and beyond because someone tells me to. I'm gonna do what I can do.
What?
There are a lot of content creators who are struggling. There was people who was making money that were making loads of money that are now homeless. Make that make sense. Spice King, ever heard of him? You
Exactly, Tophia. And I mean, you are homeless. Like you didn't even have the high point where you were making the loads of money. At least they can say that they were living it up at some point. You haven't even got to the point where you made a average wage from social media. And other influencers have fell off, which essentially is what we are watching your fall off in real time. Just crazy. Like the irony. it's amazing.
you could be up there 1 minute and be at the bottom the next minute. You act like you're better than everyone. You're on this high horse. You're the king of the land and everyone else is peasants. I don't know who made you king, but whoever made you king made the wrong choice. Maybe, no, they didn't make the wrong choice because sometimes kings and queens are corrupt and evil, just like the government's corrupt and evil. They get away with a lot of things, being predators and hurting and harming kids and doing all these sexual things because they got money. They can pay off the police. They can pay off whoever they need to pay off to continue to keep doing what they're doing because there's a whole thing called the Epstein Island and people got away with it. A lot of men got away with it for the simple fact is that they have money, they have power, so they could.
Again, so tasteless. And like the reason I say it's tasteless is because Tophia doesn't talk about these issues to bring awareness. She talks about these issues to deflect from criticism of herself. It's disgusting. You are a gross, vile person, Tophia. Seriously, like,
To pay all these people off, just like how Bill Cosby got away with everything they did. He did face some time in jail, but did they really get justice because he's out of jail? He's a free man. That is so crazy to me. What about the dad that did what he did to his daughter for 4 hours and then she unalived herself and she's no longer here? And then, on top of her no longer being here, right, he is out of jail. He's not even facing jail time. What about the amount of people that have raped children, all these people that have hurt and harmed
dude,
children that are not facing any jail time whatsoever? And then you want to sit here and say that's you, considering the fact that I have no charges, I've never hurt or harmed any kids, and you just want to be a weirdo and justify those people.
you are the weirdo for continuously bringing this type of shit up. When people are criticizing you, why does your mind go to these horrific things that have happened as a defense? That is mind-boggling. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we got at least one therapist that watches my videos. Let me know, like, is this some type of disorder? Like, what defense mechanism is this? This is so fucking weird, man.
Whenever I say something about someone that has talked crap about me, then you justify them. You're a predator because you defend predators. You guys sit here and defend Leslie when it benefits you, but then turn on Leslie when it doesn't,
Who?
which is so hypocritical of you to say, we stand by Leslie. Then you stand by a predator, you are a predator. You are what you stand by.
Well, you stood by your brother and pops, so you are also a predator, as I have said before.
Stand 10 toes down. If you're being funny, if you're cracking jokes, there's nothing funny when it comes to her accuser literally having no justice whatsoever and came to me. I was in a group chat with him and another person as we talked about the disgusting things Leslie did to him, that he no longer has an account while she's able to have all these accounts and get away with what she did. And then she got caught because they said there was some people that pretended to be minors and she sent them nudes again on Snapchat. And I've received all this proof. And they even told me that we pretended to be a minor and she got caught up again. How many times does James Charles have to do something? What is so weird is that MAGA, and this is the thing that literally makes no sense to me. They drew the line at high gas prices, but not when it came to hurting and harming children. Just like how people drew the line at James Charles when it came to him talking down on the 9 to 5 worker, but you didn't draw the line when he got caught sending nudes to minors. What is wrong with society? And to sit here and say, not us, not I, you don't talk about these people because you only love to harass one person, which is me. But you're not talking about these other people. You're talking about me because you're obsessed with me and your weirdo obsession of me. A lot of you
Sure.
guys have this weirdo obsession. You guys aren't posting about ICE. You guys aren't talking about what's going on with Mega. You aren't talking about what's going on in the real world. You aren't saying anything, but you expect other people to speak up. You have a platform. Use it. And then when someone says something to you, it's always, oh, you know what? There she is again, nurse. She's out. She needs her medications. She's having a manic episode. She's crazy. What is crazy about telling you what the real world really is? I see the real world for what it is. That does not make me crazy.
You
If
do
I'm
not.
crazy, then you're saying predators do not exist. There's nothing crazy
What?
about that. When I see something on my Instagram page,
Like the level of delusion and conflation it's astronomical. How do you put those two things together? You are crazy. You look and sound like a crazy person. What are you talking about?
every day of a child getting harmed, of some child not getting justice because they were raped, of women and children getting raped in other countries. But you guys want to sit here and harp on someone who's homeless and harass someone who's homeless because it makes you feel better, but you don't want to talk about those real world issues because you could care less, and you want to harass someone for no reason because it makes you feel good and you go to sleep at night? That's
I got my
crazy. Who
reasons.
cares if I'm regurgitating stories? People need to hear about it because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And that literally is something that I'm like, oh, and you see a lot of that so much so that you desensitize yourself. Oh, this is what we need to talk about. This is what, and a lot of you guys literally make jokes about things you don't know anything about. Sorry, the 20% battery came up. When I'm finally able to talk about everything, I'm going to talk about everything. There are
Can't
some things
wait.
that I'm not going to talk about that's personal, but things that I'm going to talk about because you wouldn't be defending this stuff. And maybe you would because you don't like me. It's so crazy. Anyways, my phone is at 20%. It's good at dying. I gotta
Thank
get my
God.
spot ready and go to sleep and then get ready and watch. My brother wouldn't think it was funny. You don't even know what my brother thinks. My brother cared about a lot of people. A lot of people knew him in Albuquerque. He was really known in Albuquerque. He was liked in Albuquerque. So to literally say something about someone's dead that you don't know is really weird because I can go find your relatives, dig up your dead relatives, and start saying stuff about them. And you wouldn't
Tophia, like, come on. Oh my goodness. Like, and then you wonder why people bash you is because you retaliate by saying wild shit like this. And the second point I wanted to make before she said that, or actually the first point. So many people liked your brother in Albuquerque, but y'all chose the one friend that decided to ghost you after y'all raised up all that money on GoFundMe. Interesting.
like that. And I don't even know them. Some of you guys got to be careful because if you have your dead relatives in your bio, then I wouldn't be saying anything. I'm trying to be as nice as I can. But I
You're
could
not.
literally go there and be like, what shoes they got on in their casket? Was it them Shaq shoes? Was it Pumas? What was it? Because I can literally go there. And you don't want me to.
Tophia, I know you did not just holler about some Shaq and Puma. What you trying to call people broke? Miss Timu red bottoms, Timu tennis shoes. Girl, shut up. Just disgusting. You're gross.
Dig up those skeletons. Some of you guys really need to learn how to respect people. Because I could be
You don't
ruthless,
deserve it.
but I'm being respectful. Geminis are really ruthless. I could be a ruthless MFer if I wanted to. I'm holding myself back and trying to be kind on the internet. But if you talk about my dead brother, I will take it to the pits of hell. I have. That's why people hold a grudge because they cried. They sobbed because I said something about their dead grandmother and they got mad and took it out on me. Well, maybe you shouldn't talk about my dead sister or my relatives. Once you talk about my dead relatives, your dead relatives are off limits. I made MFers cry on a Discord because of what I said, and someone literally told me. I could have had a right mind to go online and
Sure.
say, boo hoo, cry some more. I'm trying to be nice as I
I mean, is this shit tough in New Mexico? Is talking like this? Is this tough? I guess.
possibly can and hold myself back before I say something so ruthless that you wouldn't even like it. And then people will say it. I'm not going to, because I can get ready to go to bed and get some sleep, because
Good. Get
unlike
your
you, I'm going
ass
to go
off of
sleep
here.
peacefully and go enjoy whatever I do on my phone. Whereas you're going to go into a group chat and talk about me and think about me when you go to sleep, because a lot of you are weirdos.
Girl, bye.
And you probably even.
Well, that's what I got today, guys. Just ridiculous. And I mean, again, just a bunch of delusions, conflating issues that have nothing to do with each other, especially don't have anything to do with her. But yeah, let's use all these horrific things that have happened to people. Let's turn other people's tragedies into a shield that I can use for myself. Fuck off, Tophia. And with that, I'm going to wrap this video up. You guys, thank you all so much for watching. I will be dropping another video tomorrow. It'll probably be a pretty long one. And again, serious tone. I'm just letting you know now. So I'll try to make light where I can, but I think that's going to be kind of hard to do. But y'all have a wonderful night. Be safe, be kind to each other, and I will see you all very soon.